Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is David Benjamin. I am the founder of Healthy, Wild, and Free. All of it, healthywildandfree.com, Healthy, Wild, and Free on YouTube, Healthy, Wild, and Free on... You get the picture. Today I want to tell a story. And I heard this story actually in a film. And it was really, really cool because that film is one of my favorite movies. It's called Apocalypto, and it has a lot of value in the film. It's a story about a tribe member who gets torn away from his family and does everything in his power to get back to his family. It's a story of triumph, it's a story of wisdom, it's a story of trust, it's a story of many things. And the film was directed by Mel Gibson. And there's a scene in the film that is really inspirational, and it's really just wise. The tribe member in his tribe, and in the Incan jungles or Aztec jungles of Mexico, somewhere I don't really know exactly where the film's based. I believe it's in the Aztec region of Mexico, though. The tribal leader, the tribal healer, the wise man, is telling this story. And the story is about a giver and a taker, and about someone in a tribe who sought to take as opposed to give, and the effects that that individual experienced from seeking to be a taker as opposed to a giver. And this story is really unique. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the little clip. It's a scene from the movie. It's 2 minutes long, and it's actually in a different language. So it's actually in, I don't know, like Aztec language. But I'm going to read it to you as the story is playing, and you'll see the text on the screen as well. So what I'm going to do now is flip the screen around and play that for you. Whoops. Okay, here we go. Get ready. And a man sat alone, drenched deep in sadness, and all the animals near him said, "We do not like to see you so sad. Ask us for whatever you wish, and you shall have it." The man said, "I want to have good sight." The vulture replied, "You shall have mine." The man said, "I want to be strong." The jaguar said, "You shall be strong like me." Then the man said, "I long to know the secrets of the earth." The serpent replied, "I will show them to you." And so it went on with all the animals. And then when the man had all the gifts he had, he left. Then the owl said to the other animals, "Now the man knows much and is able to do many things. Suddenly I am afraid." The deer said, "The man has all that he needs. Now his sadness will stop." But the owl replied, "No. I saw a hole in the man. Deep like a hunger he will never fill. It is what makes him sad and what makes him want." He'll go on taking and taking until one day the world will say, "I am no more and I have nothing left to give." Stay with me. Stay with me. I want to talk about this just for 2 minutes. That story has a lot of meaning, and meaning in a way that we need to pay attention to and we need to be mindful of. Am I sideways? I think I'm sideways. I don't think I am now. So that story has a lot of meaning behind it, and I want to talk about it real quick, real briefly, because we live in a world where taking or getting or achieving or accomplishing or intake is seen as a greater achievement or a greater sense of purpose than output or giving or contribution to humanity or contribution to the planet. And we feed into this, I think, with social media. We feed into this, I think, with pop culture. We feed into this, I think, with any idea that supports the separationism of look at me versus look at us, or look at humanity. Look at what we've done with humanity versus look at what I've done for myself. And I think it's really important to create a distinction between the two. And one of the things I love, and one of the reasons I shared that clip from that video, from that film, Apocalypto, the movie's Apocalypto, I'll post the clip right below this video if you missed it, is because in that film, it's about a tribe. And I think tribes have a lot of wisdom. Any tribe, anywhere in the world, whether it's in Africa, South America, Asia, wherever, their tribes have a lot of wisdom inherently in them, because tribes live in a very communal way, a very supportive way, a very evolutionary way. I think tribes are very advanced. I think this society that we've built in the city and in our careers and all this stuff, we think we're advanced and civilized. Like, no, we've actually lost some of our humanity. We've actually lost a sense of our humanity and our own civilization through this process of advancing through technology and financial systems and what we've created in the physical material world that you can feel around you. And to get back to the roots of that story, I think what's cool about it is that the elder, the wise man, says, this man was drenched deep in sadness because all that he was doing was taking. All that this man was doing that was sad was taking. And that's the reason. And then the owl said there was a hole in this man. He kept on taking and taking until there was nothing left to take. And there was nothing left to give. Essentially taking so much that you become bloated with your ability to give and contribute to humanity, to contribute to the planet. So I think it's important in life to evaluate where you're at. How are you taking? Where are you taking? How are you giving and where are you giving? Ask yourself questions that kind of take you down those two paths, where you're taking and where you're giving. Just go down those two paths. Acknowledge them. Dig deeper. Ask questions. Find out where and how you're giving. Find out where and how you're taking. And find out how you can achieve some sort of harmony and balance between the two, so that you feel fulfilled and you feel uplifted, and you feel that your sense of giving and your sense of contribution to humanity and the planet is healthy, and that inspires your happiness and your sense of purpose and your sense of living. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having goals. I don't think there's anything wrong with financial achievement. I don't think there's anything wrong with success in business. I'm a huge advocate for success in business. I'm a huge advocate for success in finances. I'm a huge advocate for success in abundance in general, because abundance means that we can do more as a society. But what that means is that this guy's nuts. Thank you. I appreciate that. What that means is that we can do more. When we're abundant. When we're abundant, we can do more when we have and when we give more. But if we get caught up in the physical, monetary, we get caught up in the physical, look what I have, look what I've achieved, I'm taking. What that does is it eats away, it deteriorates your spirit, it deteriorates your essence, it deteriorates your life, it deteriorates your ability to give. And that's why I love that story. So I every once in a while I just watch that clip from the film, because I'm like, it's important to be reminded of the importance of giving, and it's important to be reminded that taking or getting can be an addictive habit. So if you're always in a constant state of getting, taking, achieving, just bringing into your world, but you don't have that same sort of addiction or mental emotional fascination with giving and contributing to the world, then you're gonna absorb all of this toxicity and negativity that comes from excess, that comes from bloating, right? It's like when you eat too much, you're bloated physically in your gut. You might have some bloating in your gut, but when you take too much mentally, and you take too much emotionally, and you take too much from your friends and your family and your job and just wherever in life, from your relationships. Oh, we could go on and on about that. When you take too much from that, what happens is that you become bloated. You become sick. You become stuck in a place where you can no longer give and you can no longer contribute to anyone because you're on this path of taking. So I guess the lesson for today, the wisdom, the guidance, the inspiration, the idea to find a better sense of purpose, a better sense of happiness, a better sense of health, and a better sense of clarity in your life is to be nuts, as Shar says. Thank you for the comment, Shar. To be crazy enough to take a really good hard look at yourself, see how much you're taking, see how much you're giving, and to balance those scales. And if you feel like you're taking too much and you feel like you're starting to get like this sort of like mental sickness, I like what the Native American culture believes, and this is really interesting, and some people are going to disagree with me very strongly, but I think you should at least hear this idea to understand it and maybe gain some discernment for yourself. The Native American culture says, they actually have a phrase for this in their society and culture, and they believe that if anyone wanted to take more than they needed to survive, that they were mentally sick. I'm going to say that one more time. The Native American culture believed that if someone in their tribe wanted to take more than they needed to survive, I'm talking, shelter, food, warmth, whatever, just what they need, you got what you need, you're good. If someone wanted to take more than that, the Native American culture believed that these people had a mental sickness. Now, I'm not saying that's necessarily 100% true, but what I am saying is that the idea or the consciousness behind that is, there's a lot of wisdom in that. Because, and even there's even proof, and there's even kind of science behind this. And I think it's something like there's an article I saw a couple years ago that said if you make over, I think it's like $70,000 a year, your happiness, like, it doesn't go up. Like money may make you give you more opportunity to invest in your health and do different things, travel, have different experiences that give you sort of temporary happiness, but beyond a certain point, your actual level of happiness beyond like $70,000 a year, for example, is what this article said, it doesn't go any higher. So all this is just to say today that give more. If you're feeling unhappy, if you're feeling sad, or you're feeling depressed, or you're feeling hurt, or you're feeling whatever you're feeling, if there's anything negative, if you have any negative feelings or any kind of negative vibrations that you just feel are in your life, and it feels like kind of a cloud over you, just give. Just get into the habit of giving. And I think that when you get into that habit, you're going to find that what you were taking before, you'll no longer desire or want to or not necessarily need to take that. And when you start to give, you're going to receive things that are going to make you much happier than what it is that you think cognitively that you want to take to make you happy. So if you want to take more, money, if you want to take more love from your partner, you want to take more, whatever, if you want to take more, you're going to get so full of that idea, so addicted to that fulfillment with something that you think will clearly make you happy. But wisdom and spirit and consciousness and the universe is like, no, like you're missing something in your life. There's a huge gap over here, but you're not giving in that way, because you're so blindfolded over here into receiving that you're not giving in that way in order to receive something from a different angle, in order to receive something, some sort of like blessing or abundance or peace or joy or happiness, fulfillment, or financial success or relationship success or whatever it may be in your life, because you're so focused on getting. We've become so focused on getting as a society and as a culture that we have completely forgotten how to give emotionally, how to give cognitively, how to give space, how to give space, how to give space. What I mean is how to give space for someone to hear you, how to give space to hear them, how to give space to create an exchange of energy. I think we've forgotten, we're getting very disconnected as a society in the act, in the habit, in the discipline of giving. And sometimes even what that means emotionally and mentally and physically too. We live in such a society of instant gratification where like we have microwaves, which I don't personally use and I don't recommend you do either for health purposes, and there's an article on that on healthywellandfree.com. But we live in such a society of instant gratification that we can get what we want so quickly and easily, and we can just take. So our giving muscle, right, our output muscle, is weakening, right? It's weakening, and that weakening causes us to get emotionally, mentally bloated because we're stuck in that paradigm. So that's it for today's video. I just want to share this message. It went on a little bit longer, as always, it usually does. I'm long-winded. But I just want to inspire you to find a way to give, find new ways to give, and find new ways to serve, find new ways to contribute to humanity, find new ways to contribute to the planet, and find new ways to invest in a better world. Find new ways to invest in a better community local to you. Find new ways to invest in more health and wellness. Find more ways to invest in emotional healing for yourself, your friends, your family members, whatever. And the more you invest in that giving process, you'll no longer have to take. I guess that's the biggest thing I want to leave you with. You will no longer have to take, because it actually takes energy to take. It actually takes physical, emotional, mental energy to take. You're invested into taking. You're investing into getting. So all that energy that you're investing into taking and getting, if you just reroute that and invest it into giving, and you're giving in the ways that you want to receive in your life, so whether it's financially, it could be love, it could be passion, it could be creativity, it could be health, harmony, peace, whatever you're looking for in your life. If you reroute that energy, you commit towards taking, and you give that energy towards giving into those sort of channels, the universe, life, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to replenish and revitalize you with those gifts without you actually using energy to get them. And they'll come at the most unexpected and expected times. And it will be more of a beautiful life experience where it isn't as forced and it isn't as frustrating, and there isn't as much of a struggle, but there's just a greater sense of like peace and understanding and trust that you begin to develop with the universe, with God. And you can sort of live in this space where the flow of your giving is natural. It's natural. It just happens. It's just who you are. It's just who you've become. And then what comes into your life is natural as well. And what you receive, and what benefits your life, and what builds your life up, and what supports your life, and what adds value to your life, that becomes natural as well. That becomes something that builds your life up. That becomes something that continues to enrich, reward, and facilitate in the beautiful life experience that you so strongly desire through your current sort of taking lens, but now through a giving lens that actually contributes to your life and comes back. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for hearing my message. Thank you for hearing my voice. I appreciate you. I love you. I honor you. And I am looking forward to going live again. hit the bell or the little notification thing here on Healthy, Well, and Free. That way you'll get future notifications when I go live, and I'm going to be talking about all sorts of personal development, spiritual development, health, wellness, mind, body, spirit, concepts and principles that I'm learning or have learned or am still learning in my life, because life is a journey. Life is a dance. It's more of a dance than a journey. It's a journey with a dance. And you think you know the destination, but you really don't. So that's why it kind of isn't a journey. It's just a dance. It's just a dance, and you can dance as long as you want. And you're the one who dances. You're the one who dances. You're the one who hears the music, and that's it. That's all there is to it. But you have to hear the music, and you have to dance, and you have to invest into hearing the music, and you have to invest into the dancing. You have to invest into that co-creative experience of giving to the world, of contribution, so that music and that dance is it feels just as good as you're viscerally experiencing it. It feels just as good as it does right here all the time. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Live healthy, well, and free. Subscribe, like, favorite, comment, and share. I'm out. Have an awesome day. It's 89 degrees. No, it's supposed to get up to 91 degrees here in Michigan. Get outside. Get some vitamin D. Get some sun. I love you. Peace, love, hippie juice. Live healthy, well, and free. Bye.